So today I was going to make a video on the time when Spire they brought this weapon back from Iron Banner, and while it is a decent 540 RPM pulse rifle, 540 RPM pulse rifles themselves aren't the best. I did have a decent time with it in Rumble, and I'll run back on gameplay the whole time while I talk here. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion. The role I had on this pulse rifle was Feeding Frenzy Rampage, Flared Magwell, some red dot sight, and a handling masterwork, but I didn't even masterwork it. Overall, it felt good. It kind of loses out to 140 RPM hand cannons and 120s. Hand cannons just have that shoulder peaking potential that you really can't match with autos or pulses. But it was still a fun weapon to use. But it's an Iron Banner weapon, and what I want to talk about in this video is essentially what is Bungie like doing? Because in Destiny 1 you have Trials and Iron Banner, and I remember like the weapons from those playlists actually used to be good, and I what a crazy concept. I wish we could go back to that, or like get some good weapons into these playlists. Iron Banner hasn't had a weapon refresh since Forsaken. Literally since Forsaken. Destiny 2 year 1 launch, it had a new loot pool of like really basic looking guns, the ones that they're reprising right now. And I think for Curse of Osiris and Warmind, they just like brought in like one or two new guns of the same look. And then Forsaken came out and there was a full Iron Banner refresh with like Bite of the Fox, not Clever Dragon, that's Destiny 1. Whatever the pulse rifle was called, Claws of the Wolf, all that crap. And then I think in the following seasons after Forsaken, Black Armory, Joker's Wild, all that, there was armor refreshes. So we got new armor sets every 3 months-ish from Forsaken and for the following year. And then Shadowkeep hit, no vendor refresh, no new Iron Banner guns, no new Iron Banner armor. Every season of Shadowkeep came, no Iron Banner weapons, no Iron Banner armor, same with Trials. And then Beyond Light hits, no Iron Banner refresh, just no new weapons, no new armor. And the problem with all this, the fact that we're not getting new guns, which already sucks in the first place, is that the ones that we already have aren't that good. There's nothing that impressive from Iron Banner. Like, I don't know why a weapon like Felwinter's Lie wasn't brought back in Iron Banner with the random rolls. Like, it was such a missed opportunity to revive the playlist. The playlist is just so buns. The control game mode is trash too. It's so bad. It's actually terrible. The lockdown mechanic is so dumb. Like, I don't like capturing zones. No one wants to sit on a point and capture zones for a bounty. The whole system is just so outdated at this point. I don't know why there hasn't been a revamp, but they did finally announce in the patch notes that they're going to be doing that. So I was kind of thinking of what they could possibly do for the playlist, and I think the first thing they need to start with is creating a new weapon and armor set. I don't even care about armor, honestly. It's just the stat number at this point, and I already have armor that I like just in terms of looks. I just care about weapons, and Iron Banner should have good weapons. Trials should have good weapons for PvP. And this also kind of relates to win trading. The PvE community is really kind of greasy and scummy. Like, they always complain, Trials is impossible, I can't go flawless. What do you even need the loot for? Like, they want, you're locking the igneous hammer behind flawless, the adept weapon, I can't get it. What do you need it for? What are you using a 120 in PvE? Like, if you don't like Crucible, they say Crucible sucks, they hate it, they never play it. But they feel this need to get God roll Crucible weapons so they can not use them. Well, I don't understand this community at all anymore. That doesn't make sense to me. Why are you trying to get some Desperado messenger when you're not even going to use it? Like, that's going to ruffle some feathers. Obviously, the counter argument could be made like, I want to get these good guns. I want to get the Igneous Hammer God roll so that I can improve in Crucible. And even if I'm not the best right now, I want to have access to these so that I can use them and try and compete. Because you need the best weapons to compete with the best players, because the best players are using the best weapons. And that's why I think Iron Banner is a really important playlist. Because Iron Banner always served as that area where you could get some of the best guns that can compete against the Trials weapons and allow you to compete competitively in the game. But right now, Iron Banner is just this playlist that is for Pinnacle drops. That's literally all this playlist is. It hasn't been looked at in so long. All the weapons in here are trash. Like, I just feel like you toss Felwinter's Lie inside of Iron Banner with random rolls allowed. And that's automatically like, okay, I'm going to go on Iron Banner now and I'm going to grind out a God roll because that's going to be a fantastic weapon in PvP. And I can use that to get better in PvP and compete in PvP. Like, Iron Banner had these fantastic guns in Destiny 1 that could compete against the Trials weapons. People will go into Iron Banner and it's a more accessible playlist. It's a simpler game mode. You don't need to win 7 times in a row to get the best loot. You just play it, stuff drops. If you win, stuff drops more frequently. If you lose, you can still get stuff. So you can just go in there, chill, use your power level advantage. I don't really care about power level advantage, but it's power level activated playlist. Let's go, baby. I mean, I'm fine with that. It gives PvE players a chance to get ahead of the curve and have a chance for the first weekend of a season to compete in PvP. So it's fun. But it would just serve as an area where people can actually go get solid freaking weapons, solid PvP oriented weapons, and use them in trials. So that trials itself doesn't feel like this all or nothing playlist where I need this loot. It's just such the whole Crucible system is so screwed up for multiple reasons, not just because of the loot. Half the reason Crucible sucks so much is because of this trash sandbox win. Stasis is finally getting nerfed, thank God. But it took 4 months to get that done. And the nerf that's coming doesn't even look like it's going to be enough. It looks like a solid amount, but they could still go a little bit harder on, I think, Behemoth, and not the super itself, but I think the Titan Behemoth slide needs to get a little bit looked at. It's very glitchy and very hard to shoot at sometimes. And shurikens, I think, are still going to be pretty damn strong. 65 damage and 8 seconds of slow if you double shuriken someone. That's pretty freaking bad. That's still going to be very, very annoying. Hopefully dust fields aren't as good now. That the nerf coming to them looks pretty strong, so looking forward to that. And a third thing that another problem with Crucible, there's no new maps. Where are all the new maps? We have no loot refreshes to like even Crucible itself, just the Control, Clash, all those players, their weapons suck as well. There should be good, like the IS Luna, that gun, you just played Crucible, not even Iron Banner, not even Trials. You just played Crucible and that thing dropped. Where are weapons like that? Why does stuff like that not exist? It's so confusing to me why we don't have good Crucible weapons in Crucible, good PvE weapons in PvE. Spare Rations isn't a PvE activity. Why? Imagine if Spare Rations just dropped at the end of Crucible matches so you could play Crucible to get a gun that's good in Crucible. That should be the primary focus of Bungie, to make a gameplay loop where you can sit in your playlist and get guns good for your playlist. Because then you can take them into your playlist and succeed more in the playlist. That's a gameplay loop of every video game, other than Destiny for some reason, because Bungie just loves to screw with their the people playing the game. They're greasy. But yeah, where are all the new Crucible maps at? We haven't had new Crucible maps since Forsaken. We had one new map in Shadowkeep Fragment, which is a stinker. It's not a stinker, it's okay, but it's not the best. And then obviously they've remastered a bunch of Destiny 1 maps. Some good, some not. Anomaly and Cauldron did not come over well. They did not translate to Destiny 2 good at all. They suck. I hate those maps. If I see those maps pop up on my screen, half the time I just freaking leave. Rusted Lands, on the other hand, pretty freaking fantastic. I love that map. And obviously, like a map like Widow's Court, it's okay in Destiny 2. But yeah, I just don't get it. How these playlists are getting neglected so hard. There's been like no new Iron Banner weapons in so long, no new Trials weapons until now. But Trials is freaking disabled. We can't even get the new weapons. 3 weeks now this has been disabled. It's not even next weekend. It's still going to be disabled. They said they're trying to get a patch out by the 23rd, which is past next weekend, to come along with the stasis nerf. And they said they're not even sure if they're going to get it out then. So Trials might be disabled for the next 3 weeks, including this week. What? Where Trials? It's been disabled for half of the season now. Like, we finally get new guns and Trials isn't even playable. It's like because of some dumb exploit that really, this weekend, I did not feel the effect of win trading. I ran into a couple of people doing it, but there was a lot of players just actually playing the game, actually trying to get the 5 wins, because a lot of people actually like to actually just play Crucible. I'm saying actually a lot. People like to just go into Trials, compete, and actually get the rewards. But Bungie's not aware of that, obviously. They gotta be stingy with their loot. They can't let these little grimy PvE players get their hands on it through win trading, which it is a problem and it has to get patched. I just don't think you have to disable the playlist to do so. It really did not have to be disabled this weekend. At least let us play out the rest of this weekend and then disable it for the following weekend if you really feel that this exploit's screwing up the game that bad. But yeah, that's it. That's it for the vid. Actually, no, I do want to talk about what they could do with Iron Banner a little bit more. So obviously you just need new weapons. You need new armor to drop. Good weapons, good PvP weapons. You need that for Crucible as well. And you also they need to revamp the playlist. The playlist itself, like the game mode sucks. This control lockdown trash is so rancid and stinky. Control's a trash playlist. It favors six stacks so much. They just steamroll you, get a lockdown going, and they just slap you around. While they get like 3 points per kill, and you get like none. It's such a bad playlist. No one likes capturing zones. No one likes doing bounties. The whole playlist revolves around 4 bounties. I remember in Destiny 1, you just play activities and stuff would just freaking drop. What happened to that? Or you just get a bounty that just told you that you had to play the activity once and then it would drop. Destiny 2 is like, perform 5 finishers on some freaking fat person in the EDZ. And then you get like a turd to drop. Just like they throw a blue at you. What is that? Get that out of here, man. Get this trash out of here. But now we're getting into the whole general gameplay loop of all of Destiny 2 where it's just bounty farming. I think that does need to get gone away with. Tokens, get them out of here. Just make stuff randomly drop. Make stuff randomly drop in Iron Banner. Make stuff randomly drop in Trials leading up to Flawless. Make the Flawless rewards random drops. Random Adept Weapons drop. You don't need to just farm Messenger 1 week and then farm Gauntlets the next week. Just make stuff drop from Flawless. Just all these things. RNG would solve a lot of the game's problems. The set loot isn't satisfying, and just like I miss the overall like search for god rolls where like something would drop and your friends would be mad at you. You'd be like, I got the god roll, and they'd be like, nah. It's like that was funny. Those were good times. And now it's just like, all right, win 5. It's the hand cannon this week. Woo! We got the hand cannon, guys. I got subsistence celerity. Yeah, cool. It's like, what is this? What is this ransom crap? It's so bad. Like I don't know. It's the whole bounties, tokens. They stink. Turning in tokens to Lord Saladin and getting stuff to drop. How do they even think that's satisfying? Time to go turn in my 400 tokens. Smashing my mouse for like 10 minutes straight. All right, let's see. I can dismantle everything here. I could literally turn in 600 Iron Banner tokens, quickly glance the armor, like take a look at the armor stat roll. If I see a lot of recovery and intellect, then I'm like, all right, I'll hang on to that. Otherwise, it's all getting dismantled. Thanks for legendary shards. That's not good. That's not fun. That's not how this game should be at all. But anyway, I'm not a developer, so I got nothing here. I don't know. I feel like they should just change the Iron Banner game mode to like Rift or something. Where is Rift at? That was a fantastic game mode, and they slapped it in the face. They're like, "Oh, you're not coming to Destiny 2. You were too fun. Stay back in Destiny 1. The good Destiny. You're gonna hang back over here." If they brought that back as the Iron Banner playlist, it would be kind of funny. That would be kind of fun. Every month we get Rift, and we get access to a bunch of fantastic weapons. That's what that playlist needs to turn into. Honestly, I'm standing by that. Make the Iron Banner game mode Rift. That would be hilarious. That game mode is so much fun. It's so goofy. I guess 6 stacks for Rift would be kind of scummy, but you just keep the freelance playlist there for people that just want to solo queue it. And we're all in business. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, just make Iron Banner Rift and bring in a bunch of new Iron Banner weapons that are actually good, so players don't need to feel so inclined to go into Trials to get the best PvP weapons. Even though I believe the best PvP weapons should lie in Trials, there should be very good alternatives in other playlists that are easier to acquire. And that's it. Peace.